Quarter 2. Lesson 5. Integral and Zero Exponent. Let's have a review. Laws of exponents. Product of a power, a raised to m times a raised to n equals a raised to m plus n. Examples for product of a power. Number 1. So x squared times x cubed. So we have same base. So I'll just copy our x. So x. Then the exponent will be 2 plus 3 based on our definition of a product of a power. So that is equal to x raised to 5. So just add 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then for number 2, so y cubed times y raised to 5. So our base is y. Then our exponent is 3 plus 5. So it is equal to y. So 3 plus 5, that is 8. Then for number 3, 2 raised to 4 times 2 raised to 6. Our base is 2. So same base, which is 2. Then the exponent, 4 plus 6. So this is equal to 2 raised to 10. Quotient of a power. A raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. Examples for quotient of a power. So, example number 1, so we have x raised to 5 divided by x squared. So, we have here the same base, which is our x. So, the process involved here is division. So, for us to get the quotient, so we will copy our quotient, which is our x. So, same base is our x. Then, for the exponent, so exponent of numerator minus the exponent of the denominator. So, that will become 5 minus 2. So, this is equal to x. 5 minus 2 is 3. So, we have x cubed. Then, for number 2, y raised to 10 divided by y raised to 7. So, same base. Our base is y for our quotient. Then, for our exponent, so we will have the exponent of the numerator minus the exponent of denominator. So, this is equal to y raised to 3. So, 10 minus 7 is 3. Then, for number 3, so we will have 5 raised to 12 divided by 5 raised to 7. So, we will have our base, same base. So, we have 5. Then, for the exponent, exponent of the numerator minus the exponent of the denominator. So, this is equal to 5 raised to 5. Power of a power. The quantity a raised to m, quantity raised to n is equal to a raised to m times n. Examples for power of a power. So for number 1, our given is the quantity of x squared, quantity raised to 5. So exponent to exponent or power to a power. So this is equal to our base is x. Then what we're going to do, we are going to multiply the exponent inside the parentheses and the exponent outside. So you're going to multiply. So that is equal to x. 2 times 5, that is 10. So the answer is x raised to 10. Then for number 2, so here we have our y. Then our exponent inside is 3 times the exponent outside, which is 9. So we will have y is equal to 3 times 9 is 27. Then for number 3, so 5 as our base. Then exponent inside is 2 times the exponent outside, which is 4. So we will have 5. So 2 times 4 is 8. So that's the answer. Power of a product. The quantity A times B raised to M is equal to A raised to M, B raised to M. Examples for power of a product. So for number 1, the quantity of xy, quantity raised to 5. So we're going to multiply the exponent outside to the exponent inside. So we'll have x. As we all know, the exponent of x is 1 times 5. We are going to distribute. Then y, exponent of y is 1, multiplied it by 5. So we'll have x raised to 5, then y raised to 5. 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 5 is 5. Then for number 2, so we'll have the quantity of a squared, b cubed, c quantity cubed. So we will have a squared times 3, b cubed times 3. Then our c, exponent niya ay 1, multiply sa 3. So we will have a, 2 times 3 is 6, b, 3 times 3 is 9, then c, 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, then for number 3, so the quantity 2xy quantity cube, so we'll have 2, ang exponent ng 2 ay 1, multiply it by 3 sa exponent sa labas, then x, ang exponent ng x ay 1, multiply it by 3 sa labas, then y, exponent ng y ay 1, multiply mo ng 3 sa labas, then simplify, so we'll have 2 raised to 3 x cube y cube. Then simplify, so yung 2 raised to 3 ay equal siya sa 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 x cube y cube. Power of a quotient. The quantity a over b, quantity raised to m is equal to a raised to m over b raised to m. Examples for power of a quotient. Sa power of a quotient, kung mapapansin nyo, magkaiba na yung ating base. Sa numerator, ang base natin ay x. Sa denominator, ang base natin ang y. So, ang gagawin natin, we're going to distribute our exponent 3 sa labas. So, magiging x raised to 3 over y raised to 3. So, 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So, the answer is y cube over, x cube over y cube. For number 2. So, for number 2, so we'll have x squared. Then, multiply ng exponent sa labas. Then, y cube, multiply ng exponent sa labas. All over a squared, multiply ng exponent sa labas. Then, b cube, multiply ng exponent sa labas. Kung mapapansin nyo, lahat ng variable ay minultiply ng exponent sa labas. So, siya ay magiging x, 2 times 5 is 10, then y, 3 times 5 is 15, all over a, 2 times 5 is 10, b, 3 times 5 is 15. So, the answer is x raised to 10, y raised to 15, all over a raised to 10, b raised to 15. Number 3. So, for number 3, so our exponent, our numerator is 2. So, we have 1 times 2 exponent sa labas. Then, x, 1 times 2. Then, y, 3 times 2. All over 3, 1 times 2, r, 2 times 2, then s, 1 times 2. Then simplify. So we'll have 2, 1 times 2 is 2, then x, 1 times 2 is 2, then y, 3 times 2 is 6, all over 3 squared, r, 2 times 2 is 4, then s squared. So this is equal to 2 times 2, that is 4, x squared, y raised to 6, over 3 times 3 is 9, r raised to 4, s squared. Zero exponent. Any number raised to 0 is 1 except 0. Examples for zero exponent. Number 1, x squared divided by x squared. So we will have applying laws of exponent, so we have x. So 2 minus 2, that is equal to x. 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So x raised to 0 is equal to 1. So for number 1, x is equal to, or the answer is 1. For number 2, the given is 12x raised to 0. So how many, our base here is, for the exponent 0 is x only. So the base for 0 exponent is only the x. So this is equal to 12 times x raised to 0 is equal to 1. So the answer here is 12. Then, for number 3, ano ang kaibahan ni number 2 kay number 3? Si number 3, ang exponent ni 0 ay para kay base na 12x. Again, ang exponent ni 0 ay para kay exponent na 12x. Ito ang effect ng parenthesis. Pinag-iisa yung dalawa. Dito naman sa isa, walang parenthesis, kaya yung 0 na exponent ay para lang kay x. So, kung may parenthesis, ang treatment dito sa nasa loob ay considered as 1. So, ang sagot dito ay is equal to 1. Kasi isa na lang siya. So, 12x raised to 0, the quantity is equal to 1. Next, for number 4. So, again, may exponent tayo. So, na-treat yung 25xyz as 1, kaya ang sagot dito ay 1. Okay? Then, for number 5, we will have 5 raised to 0 plus x raised to 0, y raised to 0 minus z raised to 0. So, 5 raised to 0 is equal to 1 plus x raised to 0 is 1 times y raised to 0 is 1 minus z raised to 0 is 1. So, this is equal to, okay, 1 times 1 is 1. So, 1 plus 1 minus 1. So, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 minus 1. So, the answer is 1. Again, 5 raised to 0 is 1 plus x raised to 0 is 1 times y raised to 0 is 1 minus z raised to 0 is 1. Then, simplifying this, so we have 1 plus 1 times 1 is 1 minus 1. So, we have 1 plus 1 is 2 minus 1. So, 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Then, for number 6, so we'll have the quantity 3 raised to 0, that is 1, plus 3, times 4 plus 5 is 9 raised to 0. So, this is equal to 1 plus 3 is 4, times 9 raised to 0 is 1. So, the answer is 4. Negative exponents. A raised to negative m is equal to 1 over a raised to m. The quantity 1 over a raised to negative m is equal to a raised to m. Examples for negative exponent. So, 5 raised to negative 2, so that will become fraction. So, 1 over 5 as base. Then our our exponent for negative will become positive. So, that will become 1 over 5 squared. So, this is equal to 1 over 25. Okay. Then, for number 2, kung ang negative exponent ay nasa denominator, yung negative 2, so, just copy our base, which is 5. Copy our base. And yung negative ay magiging positive. So, kabaligtaran siya. Dito, ang negative ay nasa taas or nasa numerator, magiging denominator. Dito naman, nasa denominator, magiging numerator. And 5 squared is 25. So, the answer is 25. Then, number 3. So, we'll have x squared over x raised to 5. So, that will become x raised to 2 minus 5. So, this is equal to 2 minus 5 is negative 3. So, that is x raised to negative 3. Then, negative exponent. So, that will become 1 over x cubed. Then, for number 4, So we'll have 1/3 raised to negative 2. So that will become a fraction 1 over 1/3 squared. So that will become 1 over 1 over 9. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. So simplifying this, so we will have 1 times the reciprocal 9 over 1. So the answer is, so denominator is 1. So 9 over 1, which is equal to 9. Example number 5. So this is equal to, so the quantity of 2xy over 3, quantity 0, raised to 0, quantity raised to negative 2. So this whole fraction is raised to 0. So that will become 1. Okay? Raised to negative 2. So this is equal to 1 over 1 squared. So this is equal to 1 over 1, which is equal to 1. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe and share. Sir, aksi lang.